Hello Virgo, and welcome back to the channel. I'm Jen with Bohemian Path Tarot, and we're here today with November tarot readings. I've got the Star Maiden Tarot this time, and of course these are general readings for a general Virgo audience, so it's not quite the same as a one-to-one reading. It might really resonate with you this month. It might resonate a little bit. It might resonate a little bit later in the month because it might be predictive. So you might not recognize it right now, but it might kick in a little bit later in the month. Or one of your other placements might really resonate for you. So be sure to check out the videos for your sun sign, your moon sign, your rising sign. And let me tell you, it's going to be a general reading, so we'll talk about whatever comes up. It might be money, it might be relationships, it might be career, it might be kind of spiritual, emotional growth, or any of the above. And finally, these messages are offered with love and support, entertainment, but the cards do not compel any sort of action. If you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. You're not forced to take these messages. So if it doesn't resonate with you, or if it just feels off, please feel free to take what resonates and leave the rest for another Virgo or for whoever accepts it. And with that preamble said, I'm going to go ahead and give the deck a really good shuffle for you. If you've been here before, you know I fast forward the video over the shuffling bit because I really like to focus on that for you. And I will catch up with you as I start to lay out the cards. Okay, I will see you in just a bit. Okay, Virgo, let's see what we've got. The King of Wands, the Four of Wands, the Queen of Cups, and the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. So if you've been wondering, when luck was going to turn in your favor, or when things were going to get a little bit easier, this is your card right here, the Wheel of Fortune. I always hesitate with the Wheel of Fortune because I don't like to rely on luck, right? I'm someone who's a hard worker. I've always got a bunch of side hustles going. I come from a blue-collar family, and I've always had to work really, really hard for everything I've accomplished, right? But that said, there are phases in our life when we have more challenges, and there are phases in our life when things go a little bit easier. Regardless of the effort we put in, there are just some times when no matter how much effort we put in, we just don't get the same kind of return on our effort. And there are times when we get the green light, and all the seeds that we planted, let's see, I shouldn't say green light and then use a gardening metaphor. So how about when there's a time when the seeds that we've planted finally blossom and we get that big harvest, or the green lights, finally let us, motor, and, we see speedy progress after we've been in, stuck in traffic for a while, it feels. Mixing my metaphors, but I think you get the idea. And Virgo, I know you're not afraid of hard work. I know you know what that is, right? So this indicates a time when you recognize that even though you're not a lazy person and you aren't one to coast on your laurels, this is a phase when things are going to get easier, and you'll see that luck turn in your favor, and you'll be able to rely on not having to push quite so hard, where, sometimes, like when you're in a job search, sometimes you have to send out 10 resumes before you get one interview. Well, this is the kind of phase where you don't have to send out quite so many interviews, or you don't have to send out quite so many winks on a dating app before you get a message in return, or whatever it is that you're looking for, Virgo. It's not quite so much effort to get the response that you want. And in fact, this is the kind of thing where, the kind of cycle or phase where happy kind of lucky circumstances do, come in your favor, where you, like if you have a 9-to-5 job, all of a sudden you go into the break room and there's donuts for nothing. Nobody told you it was going to happen, but there's free donuts, or, your friend calls you up and says, I just got tickets to Cirque du Soleil, and all of a sudden you're seeing a great show, or, happy, lucky circumstances start to happen. It's the stuff that you've been working towards becomes easier to move towards. Green lights and blossoming of the seeds that you've planted, plus these extras, right? So let's look at some of the other things we can see around this, new cycle, or this easier cycle that's coming ahead. We have a King of Wands over here. Now, kings are often persons of authority. They're usually people outside of us. I read kings and queens as actual people outside of us. So they can be like a boss figure, an agent, a director, someone who could give you a job or offer something, a gift, a commission, an inheritance, a role. For me, wands are the suit of creativity. So especially for any Virgos who are in a creative field, if you're an actor, singer, writer, if you do some sort of freelance photographer, some sort of gig work like that, this could be someone who could offer you a job in that way. So if that's the kind of luck or more beneficial cycle you've been looking for, this is a great sort of sign that, and it could even be the sort of thing if you're looking for an agent or a promoter or someone who can connect you, a producer, someone who can work with you in that way, help promote your work. This could very much be that person. For some Virgos, this could be a father figure type, who, especially in the US, for any of my viewers in the US, we have the Thanksgiving holiday coming up. So this could be a time to get back in touch or spend more time. If you have, certainly for those of us who might have a good relationship with a father or a father figure, uncle, something like that, it might be a fun time to spend time with dad. And he might have some help, some advice, a connection, something like that. And in the top card here, we have the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands often indicates some sort of celebration, a victorious celebration. This can show up for different Virgos, again, in different ways, but it could be something like a graduation, an engagement party, a wedding. I don't want to get anybody's hopes up, but those are certainly ways that could show up. It could also be something like an opening night party, or For any artists, as we discussed is if this King of Wands might be a promoter or an agent or something like that. This could be an art show or an opening night, something in which you show your work or present your art, or a launch party, something like that. It could be as simple as having an event to go to with friends, just a simple, like a night out at the theater, whether you're in the play or just enjoying a night out with friends. But usually the Four of Wands indicates a victory celebration that you get to share with your friends because you have reached a milestone or have achieved something that you get to celebrate and you get to share with your friends. And as I mentioned over here with the King of Wands, this Four of Wands often indicates an artistic achievement of yours, or some sort of achievement that you have created or that you have brought into the world. It could even be like a defending your thesis, like if you have presented a paper or written a book. You get the idea. I don't want to belabor the point, but it could be something like that. But certainly, the tides are turning in your favor, and a sense of victory and achievement and something to celebrate is indicated here. Now, finally, we have the Queen of Cups. And as I mentioned with the King, the Queen is likely to be a person in your sphere of influence who is playing a role. Now, let's talk for a minute about how this might play in a romantic way, because I skimmed over the potential for romantic relationships. If you're a person who's single and looking, this sort of change of luck could be affecting your romantic life too. If that's something you're interested in and you want to, you have your eye on someone, there's the beginning of a relationship, or you want to make a relationship more committed or solid, or that's certainly something that could happen with either of these two people cards here. The genders that are presented in these traditional cards don't necessarily have to represent, this King of Wands could be a real, male in the world, but it doesn't have to be. I usually go more by the kind of fiery, creative boss energy in this card. So it could be, a boss lady, or, a gender neutral person. Same with the Queen. It doesn't have to be a traditional female person. It could be an emotionally available, like a Cancer or Pisces, Scorpio. Those are the zodiac signs associated with the Queen of Cups. Any gender, someone who is emotionally present and emotionally supportive and available to you. This could be a friend, but this could also be an established romantic partner, a potential romantic partner. Now, in a general reading, it's hard for me to precisely interpret exactly how each of these people cards might play out, right? But this particular one does feel a little more sort of business life trajectory related, and this one does feel a little more personal life. This person kind of gets the inner you. This one gets the kind of worldly you, or the trajectory of you. And I think these are both kind of significant conversations and significant parts of, you know, significant scenes this November. And of course, with the Wheel of Fortune card, this isn't just happening in November. This is a major arcana card. So the shifts and the sort of change in fortune that happens here in November allows you to make progress that you'll then carry in through the end of the year and even into the start of the new year. So Virgo, I think you'll have a lot to celebrate this month, actually. Congratulations. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please take good care of yourself, and until next time, bye for now.